Bullman built.
Yo, I got some parts, I got some steel plate, I got some metal rod, and I got a welder. And a drill, and drill bits, and vice grips. Let's build some stuff. This is about the width that I'm gonna pull this in. It's gonna be a little straighter, obviously, but I wanna leave some room for the servo to kind of rock around in there and everything between the rails. That way I'm not bashing this ear off or anything like that. But here's kind of what I got figured out. So I'm gonna make a standoff. I'll probably just put like a piece of tubing in here or something. There we go. I made this plate, and conveniently, it's just long enough that if I can get this kind of situated correctly, there we go. It sits right on there. So basically what that does is that gives that just enough clearance right there at the transmission that if I mount it right there, it's just above the body mounts, which I don't think I'm gonna just slam this body because I want this decently realistic looking. So if I can make a mount, I'll probably do something like a little tab off here, go in there to there, and then maybe make something off of like this bolt or this hole here and kind of up and over. I mean, obviously I'm gonna try to make it as stable as possible, and maybe I can get something done there. So I'm gonna work on it a little bit more, and then we'll see what happens. Finally got this thing all somewhat figured out. I made this cool little doodad here. It's a mount to put my transmission wherever that went. Here it is, right here. And then I ended up indexing it off of this hole here and this mount here. This is, I think, for a servo. I don't remember 100%. Anyway, so basically what I did was it's going to sit right in here like so, and we'll mount it up real quick and I'll kind of show you. I just kind of like rough shaped it out, kind of welded it. It's a little boogery, but it was I actually welded it on the truck, so it was kind of hard to actually get a nice pretty weld, especially with I've got a Hobart 210, and it really just wants to blast the wire in there. So anyway, it should stick. I mean, this is definitely not going to bend. It's good enough. I'll kind of work on it and clean it up a little bit later, but right now I'm trying to just get it in there and make sure everything's kosher. So I'll put this on real quick. Basically it's indexed, well, it's mounted here on the shock tower, down here on this hole, whatever that goes to, and then I've got a axial standoff here, and this is just an aluminum tube. All that screw is really doing is just keep it from rocking. It kind of wanted to up and down a little bit. Doing the time warp. So now basically what I'm going to do is I have this all in here. It's not 100% tightened down. Once I get the bumper in, that'll basically be the front cross member to hold everything together. But what I think I'm gonna do, but I'll hold everything together with the bumper. That way it'll basically be my front cross member, and I know everything will be all square and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do before I build that is I'm going to actually install a couple of these cross members. I'll probably put one here in front of the rear shocks, and then I'll put one back here, and then I may throw one between, maybe not, because I won't fit. Let's see. I'll figure out where I'm going to put another one. I want to just make sure that the frame is square back here and get everything all good. Even though the race skid should hold it pretty square, I want to make sure that it doesn't twist side to side or anything. So I'm going to put a couple of these braces in, and then we'll go from there. All right, got that mostly together. Now I have that. I can kind of dial this in as far as, you know, how far away is this going to be, which is really looking, to be honest, like basically right on. I am going to need a little tiny spacer right in here. You can kind of see where there's a gap between the frame and that standoff, but this distance between here and here looks pretty centered and everything looks good. So I'm going to do a little more finish work on that. As far as this mount here, grind some of this off, just because it's just not real refined, I guess is what you call it right now. This is basically where we're going to stop until I get the body, and because I can't make a bumper mount without the body, and it's not supposed to be here till like 4 days from now. It's been almost 2 weeks, but you know, pandemic, Christmas mail and everything like that. So that will be the end of this video right here, and I will pick back up at some point in time in the future once I get all that stuff, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a good day, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you later.